everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Whitney, and today I am back at it again with another Moving Up Monday. So today, as you can see in the title, guys, I'm gonna be talking about the 5 things I wish I knew before I started dating. Now listen, okay, listen, I got some things to say. So first off, let me let you guys know, right? Don't forget to give me a big like and subscribe to this channel. Turn on your post notifications so you never miss when I post a new video. Follow me on all my social medias. And also, I wanted to let you guys know that I do have a segment here on my channel called A Writer's Scope, where you send to my email whatever problems you're going through and whatever advice you need from me, right? So the point of this is to be able to give you guys a third party's perspective on whatever issues that you're going through. I always tell you guys, you know, my word is not the law. If you choose to not go with that advice, that is a-okay. The only thing that I'm doing here is to be able to give you guys the opportunity to have someone who's not in your bubble, someone who's not in your circle, help you on your advice. Now I come on this platform to be able to help everyone and anyone, even if it is just one person. So thank you guys for joining me today, and let's get into this beautiful Moving Up Monday. So Moving Up Mondays are supposed to be dedicated towards motivation. They're supposed to be dedicated towards teaching each other how to move in this world, right? And that's exactly what we're doing today. So a couple things that I wish I knew before I had a boyfriend, right? So I kind of started young. So my very first boyfriend I had when I was 11 years old, my very first boyfriend I had, he took my lip virginity. Like he was the first guy that I ever kissed. That's a story I'm gonna have to tell one day. Like it was an interesting relationship at 11 years old. So with that being said, after that I didn't have a boyfriend until 15, 14, 13. It was 11. I don't count those though because they were like a month. So I had a boyfriend at 11, 13, 14, 15. That's it. And then and then 19, and then 22. I didn't have a lot of boyfriends. Let's just put that out there. It's not like I had a lot of boyfriends. They didn't last very long. And I had this one guy who was interested in me in high school, but I just didn't want to date him. We dated for like a day, and then we dated for like a month, and then it was just like, you know what, we're better off as friends. Like, okay, well, anyways, so I got some notes, and this is a couple things that I wanted to say basically about my interaction. So for one, you don't have to do everything they ask. I know when you're in a relationship with them, you just want to show them how much you care about them. You can show them how much you care about them in so many other ways. Like you can literally, okay, first let me say that you do not need to be dating at 11 years old, okay? No. So back to the number one, right? Like that was kind of like a sidebar, but you really and truly can show people that you care for them in your words. You can tell them that you care for them. You can, you know, when you're walking down the street with them, you can, if you really truly care about them and you're like the dominant person in the relationship, you could put them to the other side of you and walk towards the cars as opposed to them being towards the cars in case something happens. To me, that is chivalrous as hell. Like it really makes me so happy when like someone does that for me. I'm like, damn, you care about me? Like you would take a car for me? Boy, stop. Like all right, like you feel me? Like it really makes me feel good. So that's one thing that I wanted to let you guys know, that you don't necessarily have to do everything and anything they ask, okay? Because at some point it becomes controlling. Number 2, this is kind of, I'm a bit real on something, so let's just be honest, right? I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but more often than not, you are more than likely not going to be together forever, okay? So enjoy your time now. Enjoy your present. Enjoy this relationship. Learn all the lessons that you need to learn about being with a relationship. Be honest with yourself and talk to you about like, okay, what do I need to be better at in a relationship? What do I need to improve on? What do I need to be experienced on in some areas, right? Like, because we're not trying to be extra here. Like when you're dating for the first time, the way that you're gonna know how to date is with the engagement. And so I know it's kind of weird to say you're only gonna know how to date more with more experience and with age and time, but that's being brutally honest here. Like you have to understand that every person you're gonna be with is not always going to be that person that you're going to live with forever, or that you're going to have a 1-2 year anniversary. Like it's probably not gonna happen. And so that's just me being honest with you. I'm sorry. So that's why I'm saying, like, to enjoy your time, have fun with the person, and don't start thinking about, you know, being together forever until maybe after like 2 years, right? That's fair, right? That's fair. All right, boom. So let's get into it. 5 things that I wish I knew before I started dating, before I had my first boyfriend. Stop planning your fantasy future, okay? Like, I spent a lot more time planning how many kids we're gonna have, X, Y, and Z over here, like, oh, we're going to be together forever in high school. He's gonna tell all the girls that he's with me. I'm gonna wear his jacket, yada yada. Like, I really and truly was like, am I gonna get married by 22 because I'm gonna be balling by 24? Like, I was planning everything. You're spending more time planning your future than you are being in that relationship and handling the things that you're going through right now. So let's really talk about it, right? Stop planning your fantasy future. Be realistic. You can have the fantasy, you can have the dreams and stuff like that, right? Because that's kind of like the lure of relationships, having that euphoria when you're in one, when you're with somebody, right? So like, you can have that and you can have goals, but don't twist it so much so to the point to where you are no longer being realistic. Number 4, what I wish I knew before I started dating. If he cheats, leave. It doesn't matter how many times leave. If he cheats one time, leave. If he thinks, leave. If he looks at other women, leave. If he does it in your presence, leave. If, okay, I'm saying he a lot, but also she, also they, like everyone, right? If they are being disrespectful to you, you don't have to stay. You can literally bounce. Okay, you don't have an obligation to stay. At that moment, once they betrayed your trust, once they betrayed you, once they took you out of your character, once they played with you and had you out here looking dumb, leave. You don't have to stay. You really and truly do not have to stay. Okay, you're not obligated to stay, because they were obligated to keep your trust, to keep you from being betrayed. They were obligated to respect you, and they threw that out the window. So why do you feel like you're obligated to stay when they don't respect you? I don't care how old you are. Respect is respect, and everybody deserves it, unless somebody does something stupid. Then you don't have to give them respect anymore. But until then, you don't have to stay. Lastly, what I wish I knew before I had my first boyfriend. You do not have to give all of yourself too early, okay? You are worth so much more. You don't, just because you've been with someone for a year and you're in high school, you don't have to give them your virginity. Just because you've been with someone for a long time doesn't mean that you have to marry them. You don't have to give everything to somebody just because you guys are together, because if you don't know what you want, you can keep that to yourself, right? Like, you can keep things of yourself that you don't want to share. If you're not ready, that's what I'm trying to get at. If you're not ready, be 100% honest with yourself, because if you're not ready, you're gonna have a lot of regrets in the future. You're gonna wish you never did that. You're gonna wish that you kind of like learned that lesson a different way. You feel me? But like, even though lessons have to be learned, I just hope and pray that you value your body, your soul, and your mind over any woman, any male who thinks that you have to give them everything just because you're with them. Like, for example, I had a writer write to me the other day for a writer scope, and he was telling me that his woman was so emotional and he felt like he had to give everything to her, right? And they weren't even together for that long. You don't have to give every bit of yourself to the point to where you have nothing left. What I'm trying to say is, you don't have to drain yourself to make somebody happy. And that's a common misconception with people who've never had a boyfriend before, who've never had a girlfriend before, or people who are just starting to date, right? Like, you don't have to drain yourself to make somebody else happy. And I really want you guys to think about that, okay? I really want you guys to sit there and say, what am I getting in return? Why do I feel like I'm more exhausted being with this person rather than just, you know, being happy. I really hope that you guys hear what I'm trying to say with everything, you know, like even though I kind of made some jokes with you know, all the tips that I was giving, this is serious. And this is serious because there's some things that you give that cannot be taken back. And I don't want anybody to have that regret, or anybody to feel like they've done so much and they feel like they're not enough. Okay, because I've gone through that. I definitely have my regrets. I definitely feel like I've done a lot more than what was needed, and I've definitely given away a lot of myself that literally cannot come back. For example, I'm a very compassionate person, right? Like I'm super compassionate. I will literally do anything for the people I love so much. Even not even the people I love, like you can just be my friend and I will do so much for you. Like I would do anything for anybody. But it got to the point to where so many people took advantage of that, and now I'm like, I don't, like, you gotta show me what you about before I even trust you. And so things like that is like, it's sad because you want to be able to be compassionate to people, or like you want to be able to trust other people, but it's hard when you know what that feels like to be stung. You feel me? So even though it's like I come on here and I want to help everyone, I don't expect you guys to basically help me in return. No, because I want to help you. But the thing is like, if you're trying to bond with the other person, in order to make them happy, should not come at a cost to you. And I hope that sticks. So thank you guys for joining me today on this beautiful Moving Up Monday. Don't forget, my name is Whitney. Don't forget to give me a big like, turn on your post notifications, and also subscribe to this channel, okay? My social media is down in the description box below. I thank you guys for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.